Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys to begin hosting prospects at Dallas Day, 30 visits this week. This week, the Cowboys have begun hosting NFL draft prospects for 30 visits in Dallas Day at the Star in Frisco, giving the organization an opportunity to get to know collegiate players better, and in some cases see them work out. Dallas has a history of drafting elite talent that has come through the building on these pre-draft visits, with Micah Parsons and Sam Williams being two examples. It also gives the team chance to get a deeper look at some players they like in the later rounds, with Marquise Bell serving as an example of a 30-visit player who the Cowboys picked up after being undrafted. Here are some of the names that the Cowboys will see this week. Tetairoa McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona. McMillan is a name that has been mocked to the Cowboys for quite some time now at pick number 12 and makes a lot of sense given the need at wide receiver for a big body, possession receiver. McMillan has a massive catch radius and was incredibly productive at Arizona, and if selected could serve as an elite 1-2 punch with CeeDee Lamb. Ashton Jeanty, running back, Boise State. Jeanty is the consensus top running back in the 2025 class and considered to be one of the best prospects at the position in recent history. The Frisco native will be a hot commodity, and Dallas would likely need to trade up into the top 10 if they wanted to select him. Shamar Stewart, edge, Texas A&M. Stewart was probably the biggest overall winner from the NFL Combine, where he put up numbers that rivaled those of his Texas A&M counterpart Myles Garrett and jumped immediately into first-round conversations. Lack of production is the concern that has typically been associated with Stewart, but his build and athleticism is hard to ignore, and he gets into the backfield more than enough. If the Cowboys want to take a chance on him, they might need to trade up from the 12th pick to do so. Ollie Gordon, running back, Oklahoma State. After a Doak Walker Award campaign for the Pokes in 2023, Gordon wasn't as productive in the 2024 season but brings a lot to the table and has proven what he can do when playing his best. If the Cowboys want to take a back on day 3, Gordon could be an option on the table. Quinn Ewers, quarterback, Texas. Ewers has been a DFW staple since his days at South Lake Carroll, where he was the number 1 overall recruit coming out of high school and now enters the draft as an intriguing quarterback prospect with good tools and plenty of experience. Dallas just traded for Joe Milton, so it's unclear if they'll take a quarterback on day 2, where Ewers will likely fall. Damian Martinez, running back, Miami. After 2 years at Oregon State, the Louisville native transferred to Miami and put up his second career 1,000-yard rushing season in one of the best offenses in college football. Martinez will likely be on the board for the Cowboys in the late day 2, early day 3 picture in a running back class that's this deep. Savion Williams, wide receiver, TCU. Williams is a big-bodied, physical receiver who excels at just going up and getting the football in jump ball situations. And unlike most receivers that excel with 50-50 balls, he can do a lot after the catch and in wildcat/jet sweep situations with the ball in his hands. If the Cowboys want the Marshall, Texas native to be the complement to CeeDee Lamb they're looking for, they'll likely have to pick him up on day 2. Alfred Collins, defensive tackle, Texas. It took Collins some time to come along in his development at Texas, but he finished with a strong senior season and still has room to grow. The Cowboys are looking for a big run stopper, and Collins can be that and would probably have to be taken at some point on day 2. Andrew Mukuba, safety, Texas. After transferring to Texas for his final college football season, Mukuba exploded onto the scene as one of the best defensive backs in college football. He's a great tackler and has a knack for picking the ball off. Mukuba is probably going to be off the board early on day 2, and the Cowboys don't have a big need at safety, so could they see him moving to another spot like nickel? Shavon Revel Jr., cornerback, East Carolina. Before tearing his ACL in practice early in the 2024 season, Revel was widely considered one of the best cornerbacks in the draft. He's since been cleared from his injury and will still be a top corner prospect that could be off the board late in the first round. If the Cowboys trade back late into the first round, Revel could be in play with the need at cornerback. Bashal Tuten, running back, Virginia Tech. Tuten was one of the biggest winners from the NFL Combine after he ran a blazing 4.32 40-yard dash, the fastest amongst all running backs in the class. On the field, Tuten has recorded 3 straight 10-plus rushing touchdown seasons and could be a player that catapults into day 2 because of his speed. Are the Dallas Cowboys eyeing Deontay Johnson as their next explosive wide receiver? The Dallas Cowboys have been active this offseason, adding 10 new players to their roster, 8 through free agency and 2 via trade. However, among those additions, only one is a wide receiver, Paris Campbell. While Campbell brings talent and depth to the squad, it's clear that the Cowboys are still looking for a dynamic option to alleviate CeeDee Lamb's workload. This week, the Cowboys front office hinted that the team is actively searching for another wide receiver, either through the draft or free agency. With limited intriguing options still available, one name that stands out is Deontay Johnson. Johnson, who will be 29 when the 2025 season kicks off, remains unsigned after spending the previous season between the Baltimore Ravens and Houston Texans. He landed in Baltimore after being traded from the Carolina Panthers at the last trade deadline. Interestingly, at the time of the trade, there were strong indications from insiders that the Cowboys were interested and could have acquired him instead. While Johnson's stock may have dipped recently, his experience and reliable hands could be exactly what the Cowboys need. After losing Brandon Cooks and with a young receiving core lacking veteran leadership, Johnson's presence could provide the stability and explosiveness the Cowboys are searching for. With Stephen Jones expressing the need for a really explosive number 2 to play opposite Lamb, Johnson could be a low-risk, high-reward signing to boost the passing attack. As Dallas continues to explore its options, the possibility of bringing in Johnson remains intriguing. Another factor to consider is Johnson's ability to thrive as a complementary piece rather than a primary target. In Pittsburgh, he proved capable of producing solid numbers when paired with other offensive weapons. Bringing that skill set to Dallas could help balance the field and create more opportunities for Lamb and the rest of the Cowboys' receiving core. Could we see Deontay Johnson wearing the iconic Cowboys jersey next season? Let us know your thoughts. Bye.